let's talk about ICOs.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about ICOs in general? Do you think they will hold on with the regulations that are going on, and in relation to the price of Ethereum, for instance? And in this year we have 1.4 billion invested in ICOs, and most probably most of the money is coming from Ethereum. If you look at different benchmarks, a lot of companies or startups fail in the first year, even in the second, third, and fourth year. So if you have recurring costs or bankruptcies, do you think that will influence the price also of Ethereum over time?
Yes, this is all to come in the bear market. Like, bad news comes in droves, and we will see many projects that raised a lot of money go bust. Bust meaning the lead dev leaves via the back door, or just is open about it. You get some replacement, or just talented people just leave as the price goes down. This happened with NXT, and it's very hard. This will happen even with successful projects, but it will also, we will see a lot of people that were in it just to raise money and leave. That we will see.
Yeah.
That's very likely, yeah.
What is your personal view then on the price of Ethereum? Because if companies like Thesis and all that raised a lot of money are constantly dumping, let's say, money back into the market to pay off their recurring costs, do you think it has influence on the price, or do you think the demand is still high enough to compensate for a significant price drop? What are your views on that?
Well, Ethereum, I think, will drop a lot in value simply because it has gone up the most of all projects. So even if Ethereum has a great future, it's gonna correct a lot in the next bear market, and so the problem with people just in general and ICOs is the same. They raised a lot of money, but what people do is they don't sell anything when it goes up, and then when it goes down they start selling, and it goes down more, they sell some more, and so the buying pressure. People just, the buying pressure goes higher and higher as the price goes up, and so they all become rich. But the same process in the other direction, the selling pressure become more and more, and so these ICOs, just like normal investors, will just add to that, and that's what's gonna happen. The same happened so many times in the past. When you ask me the question about, like, what gives you so much confidence about, or why are you conservative and try to protect yourself? Because I've seen it so many times. I lost myself not only when I started like almost 20 years ago in investing a lot of money in the .com hype, but in the crypto bubbles. I've done very well making money, but I also lost a lot of money in both bubbles. 2013, the first and the second one, I lost a lot of money. It's not only the prices going down. All bad news will come together. Exchanges will get stolen funds. Other exchanges just get attacked by government and your money is stuck for years. Your wallet, you might get hacked with your own wallets too. You get regulations probably. A lot of new regulations are gonna come in. You get new tax rules, all come in, and so all these things will come together, and you have to prepare for that. It's all not there yet today,
No.
and the prices are still very high compared to 6 months ago. So you have to think ahead, and you have to not see up now, but you have to see down. That's what you need to do. Look at all the bad things that can happen, because they will likely happen all together. Because one negative things, because it's not that they all happen together. It's just it's just a psychology. Now we're only looking at all the positive things, but all the negative things are happening too. But we're just not looking at it.
Exactly.
But because the market just looks up now. But all these things will be looked at much more negatively when they happen in a bear market. But it's very difficult to keep your money because you're bullish, and so the price goes down, you buy some more, but the market continues to go down, so you lose more than you have invested today because you're buying on the way down. So yeah, this is how you end up can really lose a lot. Even though you made a lot, you can end up losing a lot too.
Yeah. But those indicators which you were mentioning, for instance, with exchanges going down or getting hacked, or people are getting caught, regulations are getting, let's say, stricter and stricter. Those are also indicators right now that these bubble kind of things are there. So back then in the previous bubbles, was it also spoken about Bitcoin going to 1 million and all those types of sentiments?
Yes. And myself too. You become really like, because it's very hard not to fall for that, because you're always shocked yourself, like it continues to go up, and it is a very strong story. It's true. That's the potential for Bitcoin to become worth so much. That is possible. It's true. It is a great innovation, and the world will very likely run on cryptocurrency in our lifetime, and not on fiat or gold. So this will become a very big industry, but nothing goes up in a straight line. This is what I learned when I lost a lot of money the first time I read the book of Mark Faber, Tomorrow's Gold, and that's what he always shows by so many examples. He always says there's always a second chance to get in. And nothing goes up in a straight line, and that's true. FOMO is really a bad way to invest, and I've made that mistake many times myself. But especially also like fear, and even during this bubble I've made some mistakes. I've sold too much at a certain price point, so I'm also susceptible for emotions like many others. But I think if you look at it rationally, you can't deny that prices have gone up a lot of all projects, and you can't deny, if you look at the past, that always prices have corrected a lot. Even in the cryptocurrency world, they have corrected a lot. When they went up times 100, well, they always went down 90% to the low. Like that was the past. So and it's very important in life, not only in investing, but only when you deal with people, to look at their past performance, because that's the best indicator of their future performance. This is the most important lesson you can learn when you look for love also, or you look for a lawyer, or for a doctor, or you just look for a good investment. Always study their past, and now it's a lot of work. You can skip it. It's much easier to fall in love with no information, but when it's very interesting, you should always listen at the past. What did they do before? How did it go in the previous relationships? And the same with investments. Look at how did these assets act in the past, because very likely it will repeat in the future. And so the highest probability is we will get exactly the same as the past, or it will rhyme strongly. And so that's why I think now we went from 3 billion to 150 billion. Well, this is like very comparable to previous bubbles. You go times 100 in market cap of the whole industry, and it happened almost again, but not again. It was times 50. So you can go to 200, 300 billion. But that's it. We're not gonna go times 1,000 in one line, unless history breaks, and that's a possibility, but the odds are low. There's maybe 10% chance that we go like times 1,000 in one go, but there is 90% chance that we go times 100, then we correct a lot for a considerable time, and only then we go to a new bubble.
Good. I think we should wrap up, because we are almost at an hour right now. The intent was to do it in half an hour, but I'm going to cut it up in different pieces, because otherwise nobody will look at this long video. But I'm enjoying it so far. Marc, just to wrap up, some final thoughts to my viewers, people that are new to the cryptocurrency space. What are your thoughts on just giving a message to them, and also where you think crypto will go in the future?
I think the most important lesson that I also still have to learn a lot is patience is a virtue. And it's really true, especially today. It's very difficult not to invest in something that has gone up a lot and that is very popular, and everybody thinks it has a great future. But patience is a virtue. I mean, you're gonna make a lot more money if you can be patient. But you also have to be rational. Like, you never know. So there is a small chance it can go up a lot from here, But that chance is only 10%. So invest maybe 10% of what you're planning to invest today, but keep the bigger part on the sideline to invest in the future, because the odds are just in your favor to get in on much better valuations. And that's the most important thing. And also I really like just the way I invest. I always try to make that better. But I use the Kelly criterion, and so it's the Kelly criterion is it's actually a mathematically proven way to make the most money. And so it's very simple. It says the better the risk reward ratio is, the more of your capital you need to invest. So, and this is very interesting, because as an investor you always look at what's the most safe, and then you invest the most in that. Most people invest the most in real estate because they perceive it as the safest. But when you look at the crypto world, most people will invest most in Bitcoin because they look at it as the safest. But you shouldn't invest that way. That's wrong. You should invest not the most in the safest, but the most in the best risk reward ratio. And that means that it's possible that it's high risk, but if it is even higher reward, then that's the best investment. But this is, of course, makes that you take on a lot more risk in your portfolio. But you can protect yourself by diversifying over different investments. But so I think this is a very and also very important is that the higher something goes, the higher the risk is that it will correct a lot. This is also very important. So that's why I think most of these investments are terrible investments right now, because something like IOTA went up from 500,000 to 3 billion. You know what that is?
A lot.
You know what that is? Well, if you do times 10, 500 is 5 million. 100 is 5 million, is 50 million. 1,000 is 500 million. We're almost at 10,000 times 10,000. This
crazy.
Is not an investment you should take. You should put zero into this. Not 1%, zero. Because the odds are extremely high. This will correct a lot, even if it conquers the world. But many others are like that too. So right now there are, and when you talk about ICOs, invest in some ICOs, but I only use people, I follow the lead of people that have a lot of experience in that, and I don't have time to study all that, and I do it with a very small piece of my capital right now, because it's true, ICOs, that's where you make the most money. ICO of Ethereum, ICO of IOTA, and many others that was just recently, like Veritasium, I almost invested in that. I didn't do it again, and up like another 100x missed. so ICOs is a big opportunity, and you also do the most useful thing there as an investor is to give capital to entrepreneurs directly, not to buy shares or coins from other people, but to give it to the entrepreneur and build something. You do something very useful there, but timing is everything in the world of investing, but everywhere, but investing especially. And so ICOs right now are a hype. And way too much money is thrown to projects, and so you get very small piece of the pie because too much capital is thrown at it, and many, like the quality of the project probably has gone down a lot compared to 1 to 2 years ago. So we really need a shakeout before you're going to be able to invest at interesting valuations. But this is of course an exploding industry with good reason, because raising capital has been a total disaster due to regulations. If you want to do an IPO, you can't do that unless you're a very successful company and you have millions to pay to bankers. Then you can do an IPO, and only then the mass market can invest. That's the climate we were in. And this is really bad, but now it made that basically IPOs were cash outs for entrepreneurs. There was not raising capital, it was cash outs. But ICOs are really like raising capital. It's not a cash out, at least not 1-2 years ago. But now it's some ICOs are indeed cash outs, probably. But it's still like, this is like a great new industry. But we will get a lot of regulations, but but still, has opened up the market tremendously and is here to stay.
Yeah.
So there is gonna be a great. It's just. I'm so impressed. I thought Bitcoin would have been clamped down, and then so in Bitcoin from the start you had ICOs. This has actually been going on already a long time. But I thought immediately, okay, if they allow Bitcoin to happen, for sure they're gonna kill this ICO industry, because
that's gonna happen.
They're not gonna allow that.
Yeah.
But up until today, it has happened, and it continues to grow. It's unbelievable, and but Ethereum really was instrumental there by taking the lead, by putting up something legally that is very well done, and so. They really did that extremely well, and many of the ICOs have copied that model of basically giving no rights to shareholders. There are no shareholders. You're basically buying fuel or something like that has no rights, and that's how they put it, a legal framework around it.
Exactly.
That's
smart.
That is sound, and that has, and so they did that very well. So, but they will create some stronger regulations. But still, this is really another great innovation from this industry. Yeah.
Amen to that, Mark.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much for the energetic interview, Mark.
Thank you so much, Levi, for the opportunity and letting me talk so much.
No, I really enjoy it, because that's the reason why I follow your channel. So, where can we find you? On Twitter, YouTube?
Yes.
Anywhere else?
Yes. Actually, I found if you type in Mark and Bitcoin, you will find me.
Exactly.
So that's really great. Mark with a C. But Marc de Mesel is my name. You type that in, you will find my YouTube channel. That's the biggest thing. But my Twitter is also important, because YouTube is only every week or every 2 weeks I post something. But Twitter, every day I share something. So I would recommend those.
Yeah, I will put it in the description for you all. So that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Peace out.